Hey girl, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see me? I got.
I can. You're a little dark, but I can see you.
I know. I was I got out of class and I wasn't gonna be able to drive all the way back home.
Oh, that's good. That's cool. I'm excited to have you tonight, honey. We are
Yes.
live right now on Facebook,
Oh,
YouTube, and TikTok.
all
So we
righty.
live, baby. We live.
Well,
We
let's do.
live. And for those of y'all just joining in, I'm Marvisha. I'm the host of Smart Time Bigger Bosses. I do this every week to give my entrepreneurs a platform to pop their shit. I like to put them on. I like for people to see that they're amazing. So I don't want to tell y'all too much of her story, but we got an amazing lady on tonight. She was, let's just say, she's a teen mom advocate, and she is really, 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 really dope. Okay, and she's amazing. And I want y'all to go ahead and jump right on into it. Drop your location where you're tuning in from, because tonight we got Makita Phillips. Makita Phillips, she is a native from Moultrie who moved away to New York, who saw so many other things in the world, and then came back to Moultrie. So tonight we're gonna talk about how she turned her pain into power. Now, Makita, before we get started, we get into all the good stuff. Tell the people a little bit about who you are, where you from.
Reason I
I
can't
can't
hear.
hear you if you speak, and I see your lips moving. Got it. I can hear you
I
now.
think oh, it connected to my earplug. Hello.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can hear you now. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay. Now repeat what you said.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you from.
So
Give us
of
a little
course,
background.
huh?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. My name is Makita Phillips, and I was born in New York. My mom moved me to Moultrie, Georgia, when I was 3 years old, where I was raised. And the kind of the backstory is that my mom, she was a hairstylist, so I was pretty much raised in the salon. I was pretty much raised around business owners, entrepreneurs, as I was growing up. Because my granddaddy O.C. Hayes, he had of course, everybody know, Martin Luther King Drive. That's where I was raised, behind the store with my grandmother, Martha. So I kind of pretty much seen it, but by the time fast forward to the age of I got pregnant when I was 13. I had my daughter when I turned 14. And by that time I was already doing hair to the point where I was already doing like my friend's hair. Um Things like that. So I kind of worked my way in the community of doing everybody hair as a young entrepreneur. And then I branched off when it was time. I went through a divorce, and after that I kind of moved away from Moultrie and went to Albany to for a new start. And so that's where my hair journey started. Once I moved to Albany, well, I take that back. Let me fast forward. So I had already moved to Albany um during the marriage, and then once I got married, because I got married in Albany, and then once I got a divorce, I moved back to Albany. And that's why I actually started my first salon by the age of 24. So
So
I
you
was,
what we call a salon baby.
yes, I'm a salon baby.
You say your mom used to do hair?
Yes, my mom was a master of cosmetology, so she did hair with when I was growing up. Yes.
Oh, that's dope. So it just kind of came natural, or did you have to like work at it a lot?
It came natural because I started doing my own hair. Like, I started like practicing like when I was 9 years old. So it just kind of came natural, I guess, because watching my mom, and then doing my Barbie doll's hair, and then just pretty much learning to do my own hair. And I just kind of, cause like I can do my own hair like I could do somebody else's hair. So I used to do my own hair all the time too, in braids.
How long you been in business?
I've been 20 plus years. I know professionally, since 2007.
Wow, 20 plus years and you still got that passion for doing hair.
Yes, yes. I love enhancing, beautify. And so that is where I turned my gift and what I know how to do. And I used it to cope with my pain, let's say. So the reason why I'm so passionate about hair and makeup, because it's what helped me out of dark places. I went into a very dark, dark place. I wanted to really just give up on life and give up on my kids after my divorce. And I just really didn't know where to go after that. What was I going to do? At that point, now I had at that point I had five children. At that point, they all doorsteps, so they all was babies. Um, Everybody wasn't in school, so I remember being in this dark place, and I used to just pray all the time, and God had brought a vision. So that's why I get the vision from. And so like that stuck with me. He was like, you remember when you was like 3 years old, you was young and you always wanted to be this supermodel. And I just remember my mom used to always have me in pageants and parades, the Mochi Parade. I was always the one sitting on top of the car, my granddaddy for my granddaddy's store to advertise his business. And so that kind of stuck with me, and I took that vision and I ran with it, and that's how I went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta to pursue modeling.
What?
Yes, yes.
Girl, pop your shit. Okay, and then you started taking over that hair game.
Yes. So once I became the model, I started, just doing my own makeup, my own hair in my pictures. And then once I got on set, I used to always look at the makeup artists and the ones that was doing the hair. And I just was like, man, like, I want to do that, you know. And I can remember when I first got my first celebrity client, and it was just out the blue. I had, matter of fact, I ran I was trying to break into the market there, and I was doing box braids for $50. And I was because I didn't have a designated place, so I used to go to their house, or they came to me.
Oh, you was
And
mobile.
huh?
You was mobile.
Yeah, I went mobile. So even before mobile was a thing, I've mastered mobile, been a
I
mobile
know
style.
that's right. I know that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And so I got a phone call on my birthday. I think it was like on my birthday or a day before my birthday. A great things I always have on my birthday. But anyway, Cassie Davis assistant called me from the Tyler Perry show, and I had no idea who it was on the phone. But she was asking me different questions about, she wanted some Kiki twists and blah blah blah. She didn't tell me what it was for, nothing like that. So I was talking to the lady over the phone, which I didn't know who she was at first. And so we don't book the appointment. She was like, well, I get my assistant to get back with you to let you know what I want to really do, and and when. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so when after we hung up the phone, her assistant initial lady called back, because I'm thinking it was like a elderly client, because I do elderly clients hair too.
Yeah.
And so when she called me back, she said, okay, I think she likes you, and I think it's safe for me to tell you who she is. And because she didn't want nobody that was starstruck. She wanted
Yeah.
somebody to treat her normal,
Right.
And she told me, and I was like, wow. And so I did her hair for like 2 years. And just because I came out of that dark place, and as I was going on my journey, I still struggled with drug addictions. I still struggled with different things, but I did not let the vision go. I did not stop. I didn't give up on pushing forward. And I can remember the last time that I had left her house, God was like, "You gonna have to surrender everything to me. I'm just
Mm.
showing you where you're going." And it just kind of like stuck to me. And from that forward on, I started pursuing doing models' hair, different actors, different business owners,
That opened up a lot
entrepreneurs.
of doors.
Huh?
I said that opened up a lot of doors for you.
It did, and that's why my story is so important. Like from there to now, I'm a healthcare leader and a teen mom advocate. Because I've had 4 salons. I've done everything that I can possibly do, down from celebrities' hair, mobile. I've exercised. I have my own hair product. I've done pretty much a lot in the beauty industry over my 20 years.
Okay, now you ain't gonna just skirt past that. I got my own hair product now. Tell me what's the hair product now.
She said,
Where it's at? Where can we find it? Yeah.
so so I have, I dealt with a lot of people that had hair loss. Definitely people that have itchy hair, dry scalp. Because I had a client that had very, very dry scalp. And I actually was just trying something one day, and I was just like mixing some stuff together. And it actually worked. So I started doing my research, and I started putting it together. So I came up with a hair oil that I do still have to this day, that works really well, and it's all natural. You can use it face and body, and
Okay.
it's called KG hair oil.
Okay, girl. So you make sure we got the link for that because I'm gonna need some. Me and my baby, we swear by some good oil because our
Yeah,
hair eats oil for some reason.
yeah.
But
It,
I wanted to ask you, when you was in that low place, what kept you going?
um, for me, part of it was my kids. Um, Most of it was my kids. I wanted to make sure that I was able to take care of them, because even though I was in that low place, that I didn't feel like I could be their mother, and that's why I was giving up on it. But at the same time, it's like they motivated me to keep going, to not give up. And when God came in and just gave me that vision, it gave me like a different spark. Like it showed me something bigger than where I was at. It just
Mm.
like it just showed me something different. And when I followed it, it begins to kind of bring me out of that low place. But definitely my children. Definitely.
So even though you was in a dark place, you never lost your faith. You never felt like God I just forgot about me.
Well, I never, let me say, I felt like giving up because I was on the verge. I'm talking about signing the dotted line to adopt my children out. So I was just that close. Um, because I
Got
didn't,
you.
um,
No, I said I got you. Like for a mother to say that, what you just said, yeah, it was there.
yeah, it was there because my love was so much to be a mother, and because I was a teen mom, I didn't really have the experience, or I didn't really know, because I was still struggling with trying to take care of myself. And in my mindset was, I'm still a child. I still want to do things. I
Right.
still want to party. I still want to be with my friends. I don't want to do this. So, but just being a mother, or knowing that I have children that needs me, it kind of kept me going for something, just something bigger. It was like I always was hungry for something more than where I
Right.
was at.
Right. I love that because you never got content. And you know, I don't know if I told you I was in the military, and in the military they teach us that when you get complacent, you die. When you get
Yes,
complacent, you die. And it's just when you get comfortable, when you say I ain't gotta do nothing else, you stagnant, that's when you stop growing. And that is when you die.
that
So I
is.
love that you never get comfortable. You can never get comfortable. I mean, shoot, even if you hit one goal, you always want to be reaching for the next one. Because I think you told me one of your sons is actually an entrepreneur. Like he's been watching you and he's modeling what he saw now.
Yes, he is. He started his own. He did his own website. He did his own cleaning business. Where he would go and take out trash, clean people yards. Like my other they used to be on the corner and selling waters and chips. My other son, like,
Yes.
all kind of like picked up on it. Like I remember one time they had got some cookies from the school, and they didn't want to ask me for the money for a field trip, and so they took the cookies and sold them in the neighborhood.
I know that's right. I love
Yeah,
it. Like that's one
yeah,
of them things. It really got to be in you. You know what I'm
it does.
saying? Because once they get to like 18, you can't teach that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
kudos
That's
to
right.
you, girl. So real quick, we're gonna play a game. You remember red light, green light?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna call out a situation. If it's a go, you say green light. If it's a no, you say red light. Okay.
Okay.
Start your biz with the last $100.
Yes. Green light.
Green light. Okay. Okay. Quit your job before your side hustle takes off.
You want my answer today or what I would have answered before or what I have done?
Uh, today.
With the knowledge that I have now, I'm gonna say red lights.
Yeah. Yeah. We want some extra change coming in
Yeah.
first, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one. Now you probably gonna be like, girl, what is that? Buy followers to look lit. Green light or red light?
I'm gonna say green light because I have done it.
Okay. And see, and I mean, listen, when you have a business, I feel like it's your thing. It's however, you see fit. Like it's
Yeah.
no one way to do it. I don't see nothing wrong with it either. Just like, giving your homegirl this kind of product so she can, be your brand ambassador, like reinvent the wheel every
Right.
day.
That's right.
Next one. Invest in branding before your clients.
Definitely green light.
Green light, yeah. I agree. Hire family as your first employee. She did a deep breath. Wait. I think you I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. So I think you
Oh, let me see. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm gonna say red light. I want to say green light, but it just all depends.
Yeah, I agree. It depends on who it is, because you might can
Yeah.
hire your son on and they do just fine. You
Right.
might hire your cousin on, you gotta fire.
But I do think I will say green light because that's the initial way it should be done for generational
Yes.
wealth. I will say
Yes.
that.
I definitely agree. Like keep it in the family. And you know what? I watch Candy Bird. She got this show on Peacock about like, she owns the old lady gang.
Okay.
And her that business is modeled around it's about her aunties, everybody, well not everybody, but she gives a lot of her family members jobs. And
Okay.
she did an interview where she was saying like sometimes if my family members don't work out in a certain position, I might fire them for one position and then bring them on to something else because
Yes.
I do want to give them a chance. And I was
Right.
like, maybe that's something we all can adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe cuz ain't good at showing up on time, but cuz can park some cars.
Right. And that's where you find out what the skills that they have and where they can what can they do. You might want them to do one thing, but what can they actually do? Because everybody got a skill and a gift that you could utilize.
Right. Right.
So I totally agree with that.
All right, last one. Lunch with no plan, just vibes. Green light, red light.
You said lunch with no plan.
Yeah. Lunch, your business with no plan, just vibes.
Oh, just vibes. I'm gonna say green light because I've done it before, but I wouldn't do it today. But I have done it before.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's how I feel like entrepreneurship is. It's just like you just gotta fail for it.
Yeah, you just got to fall forward. Just because if you don't, you will never start.
Exactly. You'll keep talking about I was gonna do it, but I had
Yeah,
to get that out of my mind. It's never gonna be perfect.
you're never.
Just start, perfect it later.
That's it.
And I think sometimes we be too hard on ourselves because as entrepreneurs, people not expecting for us to know everything or even be perfect, but they do
Correct.
expect for us to have integrity.
Right. That's it. Integrity. And that's
So
why I'm always truthful with my clients about anything about me. I like authenticity because if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna say, hey, yeah, that ain't a style that I normally do. That's not an area that I'm not gonna take your money for that. You know, um, I'm always big on correcting. Okay, you don't like your hairstyle. Okay, I didn't quite get it right. Okay, let's try something else. Like, customer service, I'm big on that. So definitely
yeah,
you got to have.
customer service is everything. What advice would you give to a young teen mom today?
Um, I would definitely say, don't allow nothing to become a distraction. To Don't feel less than because you became a teen mom. Um, and to finish school. Definitely finishing school should be the main goal. And don't be distracted by the boys, not even the baby daddy.
So you know what we hear about? We see teen moms, and I mean, we know plenty of people that was pregnant as
Yes.
teenagers. I worked at a high school, and it wasn't until recently that I realized there was a young girl in the class who was pregnant, and I
Mm,
realized she was embarrassed.
yes, it's shame. Yes. And
Yes, and I didn't. It didn't dawn on me. It didn't dawn on me until I saw her. Like, oh my gosh, she's embarrassed. She's ashamed. And I saw her like, hey, you okay? You
right.
still beautiful, and you still gonna be amazing.
That's right.
But you could just see it all over her face. And I thought about, all the other people that I knew that were teen moms, and like we didn't talk about it. It was just like,
Right.
dang, you
Yeah.
know, you a teenager, you having a baby, but we didn't talk about like how they really felt, like what
Right.
went on in their psyche. And like I remember my mom saying when she was pregnant with me, she cried every day of like her senior year, and she was so embarrassed to like walk across the stage with a big belly
Right. Yeah.
because she had her first child at 15. And I'm like, I don't know what that feels like, but to see that young girl just like, wow, okay, this is a lot for a young girl dealing with that. It can almost make or break you.
Yeah, it really can. And see, the thing about it is that's why a lot of people don't know about my story. See, some people have the when you I've seen, because I know other teen moms that are successful, they either had support that pushed them. Me, I had support, but I only had my mom, but my mom had to work. But what happened with me, I can say that the talks, the shame, it doesn't come from us. It mostly come from
Mm-hmm.
other people that,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she pregnant. Oh, girl, she number 13. Oh, shit. I'm like, I had to go to school until I was on bed rest. I did homeschool. And that's all I heard was chatter every day. I'm talking about not just from students, from grown people, from teachers, down to the
Right.
church, you know. Um,
The
so
church too.
yeah, the church too. Yeah, yeah.
But I done heard some horror stories, so you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think that's the part that kind of really stuck with me. Like, out of everybody, the church should be the one to educate, to support, to I'm not saying celebrate. I'm not
Right.
saying, say that to encourage someone to get pregnant, but you don't know a
Right.
person's story. Like, to this day,
Right.
I still don't really understand what happened. I was a virgin,
Right.
so
Right.
I really still, it was to me lack of education, lack of knowing
Yeah.
what to do in that situation, how to say
Yeah.
no, how to overcome peer pressure from boys. You see what I'm saying? Not putting yourself in a position for some to be either taken advantage of, because not everybody was willy
Mm-hmm.
nilly to have sex and
Mm-hmm.
got pregnant. Some people was raped.
Yep.
So
Unfortunately.
we have to take all those things into consideration. Hey, she's pregnant, the baby is coming. What can you do but support her and make sure that her mental is where she needs to be?
Right.
So,
Instead of ridiculing,
and to,
the
right.
yeah, that's that. TD Jakes' daughter, Sarah Jakes. She
See,
was pregnant at 13.
Yep.
and he talked about like how people treated her and stuff like that. And he was just like, "Listen, I'm her dad before I'm
Yeah.
anything. I had my daughter back, and look at her today. You would
And
have
her now
never
today.
known."
You never know. So you can bounce back from anything. That's the beautiful thing about God. In it, it's like anything is possible. Like, I don't care how deep you get into something, how far back you think you get, how you think it's too late or whatever, you always can bounce back. You always can start over with a new day. You can start over with a new second, with a new minute. It's just, are you willing to take to move forward, in what that you want to pursue? So I encourage any teen mom, never give up, to keep going, and definitely eliminate the distractions, because for me, boys was a distraction. Men, clubbing, and drugs. So you want to make sure, especially having that support. That's why I always, if I see a teen mom, I'm always encouraging her. Hold your head up. It's okay. You're
Yeah,
gonna be all right.
I was gonna ask you what support services does Not Forgotten offer.
So what we offer is we offer home care. Down to helping taking care of the baby, showing her how to properly take care of the baby, light cleaning, cooking. We'll go in and just kind of help in with the areas that she need help. She may be needing to study for school. We'll
I
come
love
and
that.
see about the baby for an hour or two. She may need a ride to the doctor's office, things like that. We even get in depth into weekly mental emotional checkups. Get into even financial planning. What do you want to do now with your life? Now you got to build a future for you and the baby. Is
Right.
school, so we need to work on finishing school. What do we need to do to help you to finish that? And then after that, if you got to get a job, everybody's situation is different. We help with resumes, just help with just um bringing their vision alive and not letting it die at teen mom pregnancy.
I love that. Like y'all are really a backbone for teen moms. I just
Yeah.
love that. So if I'm a if I'm a teen mom and I want to get some of your services, how can I do that?
So you can go to notforgotten homecare.org, and you can go on there and subscribe to our website, and then you will get a call back. And it
Oh,
has,
so y'all calling people. Okay.
yeah.
Y'all hands on.
Yeah, very hands-on. I think hands-on is very good, because I didn't get a lot of hands-on support. So I think that that's the biggest thing. And I don't, because my mom was a big, but I was kind of hard-headed too, because I had like distraction at that point. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be a family. I'm thinking about I got to go to work now. I wasn't thinking about no education. So,
Mhm.
just being that support to make sure, because now at 41, I just got my high school diploma. You see what I'm saying? So I had to go all the way back, to, even though I became successful in the hair industry, but there was a point that I had to overcome what stopped me back then. I had to
Right.
go and break that cycle. I had
Right.
I would start businesses. I probably can't even put on my own hand how many businesses I done started and didn't finish. Because why? I never finished the first thing, and that was making it through school to get my high
Right.
school. So
Got you. Man, kudos to you, man. I just want to tell you, like, if you think you ain't been doing enough, the devil is a lie. You are amazing.
thank
Like, you did not give up. You got your GED. Like, you had a skill set at an early age. That's
yeah.
something I live by. I always tell my kids, as long as you know how to do something, you'll never go broke.
That's right. And the hair say, I promise you, hair say, I've made six figures off of doing hair, like hands down. Anywhere I can go,
Yeah.
no matter where I moved to, where I went, I was able. If I told somebody I did hair, it was like I was just gifted in that area, and they would let me do their hair. I have people now; they'll call me. I need my hair done. So it's a beautiful thing, and it got me to where I am now. To now, I can go to traditional school and get and become a nurse. And that was really my initial plan when I was younger, to really become a nurse. That was my career field. But I did the hair because that's what I knew.
But now you can take care of people and do hair. Look at
Listen, absolutely. They always, what I found since working in a nursing home, they do not have consistent hairstylists in the nursing homes.
that.
And every time I did home care for the last 17 years, I always done my client's hair. Always.
And I bet you see they whole face light up.
It does, because people don't realize when you look good, you feel good. It's a big
Yep.
part of your health, your mental health, your
Yep.
emotion. It's not just about, people think it's just beauty and it's just about doing hair. No, I look at it much deeper than that, because hair and makeup healed me inside.
Mm-hmm. That's your
It
ministry.
that darkness. I can show you pictures of modeling pictures where I looked at very dark versus now, and it's like, wow, that was a journey. And I even with teen moms, fix yourself up. Don't hold your head.
Right. Right.
Fix yourself.
Right. He made me think about this girl I knew in school who was embarrassed about being pregnant, and she would just wear big shirts all the time.
Yep.
Even though we knew, it was just like, oh man, it felt like she had to wear that shame. I just felt so bad for her.
But why?
I told
But
my mom, I had my daughter at 24. And I said, whew, I couldn't have done this at 15.
but this is the thing, and I get it. But this is the thing. This is the thing. What is the difference? What is the difference between? Because this was a comparison when I went to the church I was telling you about. There was I was pregnant. Another lady was pregnant, but she was married. We was pregnant at the same time. My mom wanted to give a baby shower. They didn't want to support the baby shower, but they had her a whole baby shower at the church. What is the difference?
Age.
We both. But why? But why is it? My question, and this is my recent question, I don't know if nobody's gonna ever be able to answer it. But my thing is, I understand order. I do understand that. But what if something happened out of order? God created you to be able to get pregnant at a young age. Because if
I get you, because it's like maybe that was supposed to happen that way. So what is the difference?
Because
that
why?
Is true.
Because my purpose was to do what now? Is to be a teen mom advocate.
Right. Because maybe God want to take you through your suffering while you was young so he can use you now. I get it. And that's why I'm like the church too. But you know what? I have to remember, not everybody that's in the church love God. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. So I get it. I understand it. But you still have to, that's why we have to love unconditionally. We have to love and meet people where they are and not shame people and condemn them because you made a mistake. Or I don't really like saying mistake, because you did something out of order, or you did something.
Did something out of order.
You didn't know. Something out of order.
Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. My mama sat me down and told me she didn't know where the baby had to come out from. I'm like, what? But that just let me know. like you said, how much she didn't know, the lack of knowledge. Now, by the time I was in school, we had sex ed. They didn't have sex ed. She came up in the 80s.
Right. You got to think about that. What generation did we come from? Some things just wasn't talked about. I know from when I was raised, it was hush hush. Everything was on the hush, got pushed up under the rug. So a lot of people for a long time thought that my daughter was my mom's daughter, that thought that she was my sister, because my mom had my baby all the time. So it's a lot in it. But I just think that it should, by now, we're in 2025. It should not be still a thing to where we're making them feel bad for what? Because them babies they having is our next generations.
Absolutely. And you know what? It ain't no different from a young boy getting in trouble with the law at a young age. Do we want that? No. But it happens.
But it happens. It happens. So, decisions is made. you just have to move forward with whatever the deck of cards that you've been dealt with, and at that point, now you have a choice whether you want to correct it at that time or you want to keep living,
Right.
or do you want that to keep holding you back? You want to keep
Right.
thinking mom and you never
Right.
do anything, or you going to keep moving forward?
I want to challenge you to make TikToks or some reels, just educating people about, teen pregnancy and the power of, like you said, turning that pain into power, because so many people don't know. Like, even though we're in 2025, we know these things happen. It's
Right.
always good for people to have that visual representation of,
It does.
oh, this is this person's story. Oh, I didn't know this was happening. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I challenge you. I challenge you to do that. Even if it's just some little funny videos with you and your daughter. Like, y'all
Yeah.
could just be having little skits, like she acting like she's telling you she pregnant or something like that. You know what I mean? I
I got
challenge
you.
you to do
Yeah.
that.
That would be a great idea. And I will, because I'm gonna take that up, that challenge, because I think it is well needed, because like I think it was the other night, I actually woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was crazy because as soon as I picked up my phone and put it on Facebook, there was actually a video of a mom that she was recording her daughter, and she was saying on the caption that my daughter, she was a teen mom, but she didn't quit school. And I thought that
Right.
was very encouraging. But when I looked at the comments, it hurt my heart, because you got adults that is ridiculing. I'm talking about just, this a shame, that's sad, this, that hot. You don't know these people's story.
Right. Right. And she
Like,
didn't
come on,
quit.
man.
That's a
Hit me
triumph
with
story to
truth.
me.
Huh?
That's a triumph story.
That
She didn't
was.
quit.
It was. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Karma, baby. Because even when I was telling you about the story about it in church, how about the actual pastor niece got pregnant and became a teen mom?
Oh my, how those tables turn.
Oh, they do turn, baby.
So what was that? Did they have a baby shower for her?
No, they actually hid it. They didn't really want nobody to know. They hid it. Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? This is what's so crazy about the world. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Mary was pretty young when she gave birth.
She was. That's the fact. She was. She was. And everyone back then that got married off, that had kids, except the older one like Sarah and stuff like that, they was all young. They was all 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
They was all young. So that's why I asked the question, well, if God did not want that to happen, and I know we have
Right.
free will, but why
Right.
did he allow us at a certain age to be able to bear children?
Right. No,
I mean,
that's a fact. And that's a good. You know what? We live in a wicked world, and that's just the reality of it. Unfortunately, I feel like when you go through any type of hardships, we don't like it, but it build character. And pressure make diamonds. Pressure make diamonds every time. One of my closest friends, she got pregnant when she was 16. And I always tell her, like, I looked up to her because she got pregnant, she finished school, and I'm talking about she graduated May 29th. By June 6th, she was in the army. Her mama was not playing with her.
that's what I'm talking about.
She was like, my mama told me I had to go to work or go to college. And I
Yeah,
found the army that was giving me, and it was hard because I watched her like go through these changes with her son and
yeah,
having to leave him and stuff like that. But
yeah.
today, she a much better woman. Once she
That's
got
yeah,
out, she came back and got her son. And I mean, she was always in his life, but you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, it was very inspiring to me to just see her start so young. I'd be like, damn, like now he 18. I'm like, girl, you're giving me advice. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And like my youngest is 14. So like by the age of 45, I will be an empty nester.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be able to still enjoy my life, even after they all move out. So
Are
it,
you nervous about that?
I'm not. I'm actually ready. I'm kind of ready. I've been praying for this day for so long, because it seemed like like I have been pregnant all my life, honey. And it's like, oh my God, I actually just wanted to have one child and I end up having 5 children. But it's a beautiful thing. And my children, they have as they teach me a lot as well. You
I love
know,
that.
and it is like they encourage me. Whatever I pour into them, it's like they pour back into me. And
Yeah.
I love them and I appreciate them. And they like as they got older, they have taken care of me when I was sick. Like they just been there. Like I love my kids, and I wouldn't take nothing back. I promise you, I wouldn't take nothing back. Mm-mm.
I
Nope.
love that. My mom is she'll be 52. No, 53 next year. And when we when we go out, people be like thinking we sisters or homegirls or something. I be like, no, it's just that good black don't crack.
That's it. They said it about my mom too. That is good. You know. Um,
Listen, I really do believe we got that good black don't crack now.
and we do. I'm telling you, we do. Cause people be thinking I be young, and they be like, I thought you was like late 20s or early 30s. I'm like, no, I am 41 years old.
41 and popping, and I feel like but this is just I'm in my 30s now, but I'm just like, man, when I get in my 40s, I'm probably gonna be really like on my shit. Like I'm probably
Yeah.
really gonna be able to spot the BS a mile away.
Yeah. You know what? You are because that's how I was when I turned 40. It's like everything just changed for me. I'm talking about even my sensitivity to decision making and everything. Like I don't just do no any old thing no more like I used to. I think about it. Hold on, let me think about that real quick. Before I do that. You think about the consequence before you make a decision.
Do you feel more at peace the older you get?
I do. I do.
I
And
love that.
I do. And sometimes you have to create that piece too. You eliminating the drama, you know, the
The-
complaining.
yeah, the things that's draining you. Maybe that's what your
Yeah.
20s is for.
Right. That's what the 20s is for. But yeah, Cause any little thing gets on my nerve and I'm like, just gone.
So before we get out of here, I want you to tell us what is next for Not Forgotten Home Care. What's coming up? What you will be aware of?
Well, excuse me. The next thing I have planned is that we're gonna do a blooming crowns. I have these events that I do called Watch Your Flower Grow. And these are events where I do, and I have been doing them at the Hope House Parenting Center that sponsored us. And so we will be I should have worn my hat, but we will be having the ball caps, and they will actually decorate the hats with the flowers and how they want it. But it's just symbolizing a reminder that you are a flower and you will bloom, long as you follow your vision. And so we teach vision. I actually have a vision book. I didn't put it up here so I could have showed it, but it's a vision builder book that I created with the steps that I took to be able to accomplish everything that I have accomplished in life, and just to help understand what the vision is and what and how to take your vision to the next level, how to eliminate the distractions, and what you need, what kind of tools you're going to need to actually build your vision. So we're going to be doing that soon. We actually collecting hats and things now for people can
Okay.
sponsor. And so we're going to do that. We're going to have a couple speakers to speak on just point into their life with positivity, to kind of encourage them to keep going, things like that. And then I know we got that. Um, that's pretty much what the direction that we going in right now with the events. I'm looking to take it to different counties, to definitely different have to encourage all. Oh, and then also I'll be speaking at a seminar that will be coming up in January for the teen moms for the Hope House Parenting Center.
Please, 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 whatever you have going on, please make sure you post it in the group because I want to be there. I want to support as much as possible. If we can do one in South Carolina, I'm with it. I got a lot of girls I mentor up here. Like, your mission is global, okay?
Yeah, God had already told me. He said when He gave me the 2020, I had just came out the hospital They didn't think I was gonna make it. They was getting ready to send me to ICU. God gave me that watch your flower grow. And he said specifically, take it on tour all over the world. I remember, and I'm gonna say this last thing. When I was and I thank my mom for doing that for me. When she took me from, and it all I guess I'm laughing because I can see the connections. She took me from Moultrie. She didn't take me to any event that was in Moultrie. She took me to Atlanta to a big seminar or conference that they had. It was nothing but teen moms there and all type
Yeah,
of that was there. And so I kind of see myself kind of doing something similar and just making sure that they have every resource they can possibly have to eliminate every excuse to not be successful and become a
absolutely.
successful mom.
That's dope. Your mom took you. She was like, she need to see something greater. I want her to see that
Yeah,
anything is possible. I love that.
yes, she
I
did. I
love that.
did.
Okay, so that's all we have tonight for Small Time Bigger Bosses. Makita, I want you to make sure you drop your link so we can buy some oil, the dates for those events, because we will be showing up. I'm gonna be showing up. I'm gonna be popping
Okay.
out because that's what I'm here for. And I love supporting my people as much as possible. So I enjoyed you way too much, girl. And we will definitely do this again.
Yes, absolutely. I thank you and I appreciate you for bringing me on.
All right.